Les marionnettistes font comme ça, les programmatrices font comme ça, les chargés de diff font comme ça, les régisseuses font comme ça, les publics font comme ça, et puis encore comme ça. Sur le pont d'Avignon, on y danse, sur le pont d'Avignon. On y danse plus ou moins en rond, les marionnettistes sont comme ça, les programmatrices font comme ça, les chargés de diff font comme ça, les régisseuses font comme ça, les publics font comme ça, et puis encore comme ça.
Bonsoir, on va faire un interview un peu spécial, il va être en anglais, je parle pour nos auditeurs. Good evening, dobro večer. Inga Zotova-Mikshina and Roman Zotov-Mikshin, welcome to our channel Castellet, which focuses on art of puppetry and today also object theater. Could you introduce yourselves briefly?
Sure. Thank you very much for the invitation. Hello. We live in Czech Republic, in Prague, for more than 15 years already. We met in Prague in a dance school. And I was born in Siberia, in the city called Tomsk. And in my 70s, I moved to St. Petersburg to study dance and to work also. And then at a certain point I realized that I need to move. It was an inner, very strong feeling that I need to move to Europe. I wanted to move to Germany because I was in love with Pina Bausch. And but it didn't work because they didn't give me a visa twice. And then somehow it happened that Czech Republic was easier to move to. So I stayed there and there I met Roman.
Hi, thank you for inviting here. To introduce briefly, yes, I come from Russia. I have roots there, but since my 17, almost 18 years old, I live in Prague, Czech Republic, Czechy, and I basically do everything around theater. So my main professional education is dance, but also we studied or I visited some workshops with a theater a bit, with a circus. So it's very all around theater. And the work we do with the Spitfire Company, or the company we are here with, it's all very experimental, and it's always about let's combine puppets, musical theater. Here the drama theater and a bit of dance, and here we have a show. So yeah, it's never one thing. So yeah, basically all around theater I am, and we're very happy to be in Avignon. Like 2 years ago, we were in Fringe in Edinburgh. And I had this position that I was not interested in going to theater. Like we played our show, we played every day, 19 days in a row, except 2 Mondays. And it was 3,600 shows being played on the festival. And I felt like, I don't know, like I have no idea what to do with it. But here, for the first time, I really felt that, wow, this is the festival that I can say, I know what is festival and I enjoy it. And we will be missing it because today is the last day for us. And today we just travel back and tomorrow we travel back. And yeah, so it's great to be here.
And Spitfire Company is a huge structure, it's a small structure in Prague?
Yes, it's in Prague. Spitfire Company, I would say that it's some huge, it's a few people.
With a huge impact, I would say, with a huge impact, because they are known internationally. They traveled just, I don't know, everywhere, I think, in the world with some of the performances.
In 2 years, they will celebrate 20 years of existence. But they started as a small.
And it's very nice coincidence because, by the way, on the way here, I read a post of co-founder of Mizhenka Chechova, of co-founder of this company, and she's saying, yeah, soon in 2 years, it's going to be 20 years. And I remember how we were starting in my dad's or my grandfather's car. We just put everything in there, a little space. We just no money. After a very long time, we got the support of government. After many years after that, we got support of people coming. So, and she said that so many crises, they had big crises of the company and wish to give it up. And now she's quoting a post of her husband, Petr Bohach, who is the director of this show we are bringing to Avignon. And she said, yeah, and now it's not only about this success, but it's really about the way we did. And she doesn't want to sound pathetic, but she's really like touched by all this, or way they did, because she remembers how just from nothing, like yeah.
Yeah, I think like Spitfire Companies, I don't know, I would say mainly Petr Bohach, the director, and Mizhenka Chechova, but also now it's a big team of people, and I think without them, it's like hard to say that you grow or the company grows with the people also. I think that I'm very happy for Spitfire that they were able to create this team of people who is now supporting and is growing. Like we are growing together. And I think what is important that they don't afraid. They're very brave in the themes or topics they're choosing, in the forms they're choosing. They don't afraid to fail, and this is, I think, the main strength.
When do you start to work with them?
It was 2017, no, 16. It was a first project where we actually met after school, because Inga finished a year before, and then somebody
Dance school in Prague.
Dance school in Prague, which is a very unique school. It's called Duncan Center Conservatory, and it's for Eastern Europe. Is only one contemporary dance conservatory. There is no such analog in other Eastern countries, Eastern Europe. Yeah, so it's really focused on creation and contemporary dance.
And performing arts?
Yes, but mainly through dance.
Okay.
Mainly through dance. There are some workshops, but mainly you have this Isidora Duncan, who is really a dancer who brought the revolution, comparing to a ballet. So it's a kind of very free dance. But taught by modern teachers. So we are like, there's always tendency to dance, in a robes like Isidora, but no, it's modern school. So, but this is just to say that in the first project with Spitfire was 2016. It was Constellations 1, and that's where we started to work together, and today.
Yes, actually, this immediately this first experience was amazing, because we went also to Hellerau, which is this center in Dresden, which is amazing for us, also for this Isadora theme, or this modern dance, how it was developed in the beginning of the 20th century in Europe. And and we felt really big support from the Spitfire people and from the Petr Bohach, the director and choreographer.
It was a huge project, like 5 dancers or movers, performers, 10 or around 8 musicians of contemporary orchestra, some glass floor, like or reflecting floor, conductor who also created music. No, Michal Nejtek, not conductor but composer who wrote especially like orchestra music for this piece. It was super expensive like a megalomaniac project, super expensive to play, so it didn't have a long duration, and it was very alternative, but avant-garde, I would say, in the thinking, because people were coming and saying, "Why are you speaking about choreography? There is no choreography," and we are like, "Come on, like it's just like you have just to look just a bit differently," and there is, and we tend to come back to it in our minds and our memories, watch the video or something, because it's kind of it's a very brave piece. It was called Constellations 1, Before I Say Yes. So it was all about this feeling that you have before you say yes, like, and it was about love, like euphoria, when you have this feeling of when you have euthanasia before you say yes to
Death.
to death, yeah, and other very sensitive, very very specific feelings. Yeah, it was good. And since then we did many projects. We did fragments of love images, a quartet, also with installations. Then there was a celebration of 10 years of the company. It was a big project with everybody involved, whoever worked with the company. And then we started to work in 2019 on The Last of the Soviets.
And it was the first time you spoke that much and sing?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, we are dancers, and for us speaking on the stage is like we didn't learn, we didn't have an education, and yeah, this was the first time we spoke so much.
And the first time also with objects? Or no?
Yeah, we say yes.
These back then, yes, 2019. But what you saw today and what was in 2019 is quite different.
Yeah, this performance developed through the years.
Yes, then we had really long breaks with the COVID. We didn't play. It basically was created for the festival. So we played 3 times, and nobody knew. In 2019, November 2019 was like a local festival, political festival. So we did it there, and it was really like news. So from the beginning till the end, it was quite sterile, like, or much more than you saw today. It was quite we just read all the testimonies on all the voices, and the idea was there, of destruction or of pain, but not the form is really transformed after we played and before, while we were getting ready to Fringe, I think 2023. So we were more into the characters, like, who are these guys actually who are talking these stories, like how do they behave?
And how do you work? Weeks, months? The structure of the repetition, the rehearsals?
And how we created it.
Yeah.
So it was, I think, Petr Bohach came to us with this idea. He brings this concept of the two moderators who is saying truth. Surprisingly, and
like the news which don't exist, like they really say the truth.
And so Petr Bohach brings the concept, the idea, because already before we worked with texts of Svetlana Alexievich, who is a Belarusian author, and she was writing her books for years, like during years. She was traveling across the countries, the previous Soviet countries, and she was speaking to people and writing the testimonies. And then she collected them, and that was a book. And she worked on the different topics like World War II from the point of view of kids, or World War II from the point of view of women, or Chernobyl catastrophe, or Afghan war. Or the most famous book is it's about the crisis of Soviet Union, or how do you call it? Распад.
The end of the.
The end.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the end, and how people deal with this. Yes, and in 2015 she got a Nobel Prize. Is it right? For this book. So yes, and Petr Bahach brings this idea that we can create this performance, that there are two moderators who are saying truth, and this truth is based on the books of Svetlana Alexievich. And that we work also with the objects and with the camera, and there is a television and there is food, because food or the kitchen in Soviet Union was also the place where you actually say truth. And so we had a very funny, ironically saying, summer, when we were reading the all books, which is horrible. Like it's very heavy. Like
It's not something that you read just one page after each other.
it's so horrible.
Yeah, it's very heavy, because you just cannot imagine that people lived this really in their lives, and you read one story, another one, and it's never ending. It's just it's
a lot of
easy to
pain.
fall into depression. And I remember I was in residency and I arrived one day earlier, and everybody from residency space, they also left somewhere, so I was alone, and I had to work. So I was reading, and then I just put this book. I say, I cannot do it anymore. It's just horrible, just pain, just really bad.
But I think what is important to understand is this: it's that if Svetlana Alexievich or someone else decided to write another book the same way, there is so many opportunities in the current situations in the current world. You can go to Ukraine, you can go somewhere else, and it will be, I think, similar amount of pain that people are living still, like that it's not changing. And this is, I think, the most how to say, like, touching, or the most what makes this performance strong is that it's not a historical, that it's contemporary, I had to say.
modern.
That is true also today. Even if you say Soviet Union, even if you say Afghanistan, we can say current Russia, we can say Ukraine, and I think it's not only about Russia. Actually, it's about all these totalitarian regimes, or these movements that are we can observe now in the Europe also, and like what we think that if to say it with one sentence, like the catastrophe that the value of the human life in Soviet Union and in modern Russia is really very, very low. And this what is, yeah, we have to understand that it is like this. Because when many years ago when I used to live in Russia, I didn't notice it, or I didn't understand, because maybe you need the distance to see this.
And how do you live the end of the Soviet Union? You were babies, you were young?
Yes.
Yeah, we
the-
were babies, but
Freshly born. Like I think I lived only 1 year in Soviet Union, so.
a little bit more.
But it's truth that even in today's, like our generation of our parents, even grandparents, that they still live it, like in a way. For example, I like people I know, I know like really, and I see traces of them, of their approach, of how they treat life, how they treat themselves, is this, and their inability to adapt to today's world, like that they just cannot grasp that what is happening now, because they still relate to the past and how it was, and this idea. So they really like get stuck in the idea of how it could be, or how it was maybe. But yeah, so this is heavy. So that's why I think because in Czech it's konec člověka, the end of human, the end of the show, the name of the show. But I think in English is more lucky, like the last of the Soviets, because it's really a good question. Who is it? Like when we can really claim it finished, because all the values, they are being revived, revisited again in today's world also, and even further, not only Soviet, like but yeah, like now I didn't read it, yeah, but I saw the news that they are analyzing this podcast is analyzing the way today's Russian elite is dressing, because they are coming back to the Stalin's way of dressing. They live back in Bard. They start to live like back Russia, like old Russia. So, and it's like even fashion wise, kind of is really is we are falling back in time. Like really Peter the Great, the first, like in 18th century, he just opened the window to Europe, and I think this window is really massively is closing.
This is true.
Is and I don't know, like I'm not saying is necessarily like certainly bad, but it's very strange. Like it's a very strange situation.
But I think it's with a society. I think it works similarly, like with a individual life. When you end the big important period of life, then it's important to reflect, or to think, or to somehow understand what was it. And with this Soviet, I think we are too quick in our decisions. Like we say it was bad or it was good, and that's it. Yeah. And I think what is important is to have this to make the analysis analysis
To take time to, yeah.
to understand, because of course there were a lot of beautiful things, and how people treat each other, or what my mother is speaking, how they used to live, that it was beautiful. Of course, I mean, yes, we know that we romanticize our I forgot the English, not future, but past. But yeah, but we should really understand. So, like, for example, in our performance, like, it's not only critic, or it's this critic. It's not like a
To put
angry.
to put Russia down and to say
Yeah.
like that
Everything is bad.
you should.
Or it's not angry, no. It's the critic when you love, because we love our country.
Yeah. Oh. There was one podcast recently, and he said, he's also like they are bringing alternative news from Russia and about war now, and he said, people online called me hysterical Russophobe. But I'm not Russophobe. I'm hysterical Russophile. Yes, I'm hysterical, but I'm Russophile.
Yeah.
I'm. Yeah, it's just the way. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah, because we really like it's. That's why there is a pain that you want Russia to be
good, no?
good. Because like we know that there is a potential in people, like in the country, in the land. I mean, but yeah, that's why it's so painful. Also, that's why it's so personal, this performance for us. And yeah, I think I went somewhere else for.
Yeah, can we speak about the how many weeks you work on that show?
Yeah.
Very shortly,
4
because
days.
it was 2019.
4
I
days.
don't know, 4 days. I'm not sure, but we were meeting quite short time, like because mainly it was about like the concept was there. Concept is a kitchen, yeah. So and we are bringing as moderators, we're saying the news. So and then there are some objects, yeah, inspired by Jan Schwankmajer.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was the main inspiration for Petr Bohach, like surrealistic images built with objects and unusual combinations. So they just give you like some.
He brings all the objects.
I
No,
think
you-
I think we bring texts. So he gave us the task to read everything and choose the texts.
What resonates in us as in native Russians.
Yeah. So this we had like a scenario kind of. So we took the text and we tried to imagine what is which picture or image we can create based on this text. So that's
very,
it. So
very
we were,
easy, very like not going very like far from it.
Yeah.
Like yes, I think
Quite
it's on
simple.
a border. Yeah, it's on a border between illustration and not illustration. Is like on is flirting around.
yeah.
And yeah, so it was very short. It was very short. So
Very short.
it took a lot of time to read. Like the whole summer we were reading, but then the putting them together, it was really like I don't know. I wouldn't say 4 days. Yeah, but yeah, very short compared to a regular
Yes,
in
show.
terms of regular theatrical process. But we played 3 times, and then we understood. Okay, actually, we could play it more. No, we could. It's pity we just finished with the festival and basta. Yeah, but we go, and so that's why we started with each play. Like maybe we took another couple of days. For sure, we were
Yeah.
before each longer session of playing. We were meeting and reading again and thinking,
Changing.
yeah, what is this character? So it's really now very hard to say because we didn't write a diary like of it. But it was like if you collect it together, it was quite a long time because also here we played 8 times in Avignon, but I think every little like every show we made like tiny change like in emotion. This is the character, so understanding it more. So and then play by play it starts to develop.
Yeah, this is true. That this kind of rehearsing during the playing, it was possible. I think also because it's very small format, that only 2 of us, and
We also rehearse at home. We have a
Yes.
kitchen table, so we just take a text, and now we remember like very well. We don't need
Yeah.
it, so we can rehearse with anything.
but this which object to use, which what is better. That this we did like play by play. We changed something. For example, we add the song in the end. We add this gramophone desk. and different things during the playing. Yeah, and also I think the Edinburgh Fringe Festival gives us a lot because it's an amazing experience for performers or actors because you play every day, and how Peter says that playing itself is the best director. So playing itself shows you what is needed, what you don't need, and you cut and you make it shorter or you make it longer, develop, blah blah blah, and then then the form is appeared.
And what is the status of an artist in Czech Republic? How are you paid? How much do you earn every month? Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, it's very fresh.
You
Like
can-
we didn't have it until July 2025, which is now like there is no status of artist.
Okay.
So, but now it's
So you are paid every workshop, every show, every
every
Like an independent.
rehearsal.
yes, independent
It's a
artist.
project-based system.
Mhm.
So if you have a project, you have money. If you don't have a project, you don't have money.
I think the best for
And
me.
the medium of an artist, how much an artist earn in Czech Republic?
I think you cannot say because it very
It
much
depends.
depends on if you have project or not.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
like since from March till now, I'm like really like if we didn't have a place to live, I would be really like begging for money because it's really if I play only 2 shows, it's I don't know, 500 euro or something.
Okay.
Like or maybe 3 shows. Yeah, so and but then the costs are much more. Like the
Yes.
living in Prague is crazy. It's very expensive. So you really need like to create a new project, and then in the evenings you need to play, and you need to play quite a lot to have like 2,000 euro
Okay.
per month.
Or some
to some sufficient level of.
It's
to pay it.
2,000 euro to live in Prague. You.
I would like for our family of
Yes.
3, I think this 2,000 euro is a comfortable amount to
Okay.
have to live and not to worry about like what to do.
And you managed till 15 years. You managed to live there without help. Yes. You work
like
and
I'm working. I have a contract in a gymnasium. I'm teaching yoga.
okay.
So I have a side job. Like this is I think many people also have.
Yeah. Every
this,
month you have this.
At least
It's-
something.
Yes.
Because
Yes, and it's-
you need to pay taxes, you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
your social health insurance, and you need to cover
Mhm.
it. Because I paid now for 2 years or 1 year and a half for myself, and it's 300 euro. No, almost 400 euro per month.
Okay.
And even if you don't get any money, and heavy.
Like this is not easy. The situation of earning money by doing art, or people are really working like crazy, having like 7 premieres a year, which
Okay.
is like crazy to be able to pay. So they take even a project they don't really want to
Yes.
do, but or it's
Yeah, also teaching. Yeah, so you need to really
Teaching.
combine. Like the thing I wanted to say like 5 minutes ago, that one guy I used to work with, he came and he said, now nothing changed in Czech Republic. I came 10 years ago and I came now, which was 5 years ago. And he said, you always like Czech artists, after one rehearsal finishes, you just running.
Yeah.
You never stay and chill and speak. You just run because you need to do another job. Is very very
Intense,
occupied.
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe like in Italy, it's like this also.
Maybe I'm
It's
not so much aware of the situation, but
And do you know the situation in Russia? Are there some artists, dancers like you in Russia while living, or
yes, of course there are many people who are dancing.
but they work for a city? For
No,
what is the structure
there's
of the
there is-
employment?
different structure.
There is no structure.
Or
There
like
is no contemporary dance officially
Mhm.
in Russia. There is no grant supports. I mean, if you do contemporary dance,
Mm-hmm.
which is supported by government, then it's a very narrow what you can do. Narrow. And it's very fashion and fancy.
Yeah, a
And
lot of money
well
involved.
paid.
So, but it
Amazing.
looks nice, like very nice.
It looks amazing.
Package.
And
Mhm.
its technique is amazing. Like, but it's not independent theater or something. But there is still, or it was a few years ago at least, still independent theater without any government support. They do it themselves. So they have, all of them have a side job. All of them are super workers, very smart people who can earn money and then doing art, very cool art, and many people are watching it, but it's without any support like from government. And also there is interesting what is happening that studios, like a dance studio,
Mhm.
you can imagine dance studio, and there are amazing teachers, and they for many years they are working with the same group of people, more or less. So I have a friend, she has a like a group. They're working for like more than 10 years. They are like almost professional, but they are not. They have a work, like a job in the office, and then they go to dance. Like instead of gym, they go to dance.
Mm.
But they are so cool. They're really like technically really cool. And they pay for these classes. And then they have, I don't know, like 2 months of creation, for example. They also pay for it, these people, to be inside. And this choreographer, this creates something, and then they show it for friends. So this is a interesting system, or how to say interesting, but this is how they survive.
Very
also.
motivated.
Yeah.
That yeah, and but then it makes like the community is very strong then, or what I can feel from outside, that they want to do it, they really support each other, but it's not super professional in terms of they still use music, some music that you find on the internet,
Mm.
because you cannot pay a professional musician or something. Yeah, about the production manager, no, they don't have it. Yeah, they cannot pay.
And how do you see the evolution of that? Do you think it will be better or no in Russia? The situation of artists? No.
I only know
depends,
about
yeah.
St. Petersburg that now the dance scene is very much more developed
Mm-hmm.
since the war started, even like within last 3 years. And we think a bit because with dance you cannot say a lot because there are no words.
Yeah.
So
It's
maybe
better than theater.
that's why it's supported, because you just dance and you can interpret it in many ways. But from what I've heard from people I trust, they say yes, many like really new black boxes, like that. There's a big movement around dance scene. Yeah, but a lot of people escaped, like that. There cannot be generally a big development because a lot of people just moved out who are really promising
Artists also?
artists,
Your
yes.
friends?
Yes.
A lot of friends go.
Some of our
Yeah,
friends and
yes.
some of our friends stayed, because for some people it's important to be in touch with the Russian people, with their people,
Mm-hmm.
being in this land. And yes, this is also important. Like some people says that I'm more useful here, like I mean in Russia, than abroad. And like this position is, I see that it's a very strong position to decide to stay in such a country. I mean, it's not easy.
It's courageous to.
I think so.
And if we spoke about Czech Republic, are there some evolution of the status of artist or no?
Yeah. Well, this state of artists.
Yeah.
This is just happened that
Okay.
now it's happening now that July. No,
Yes,
you can. It's just appeared.
Okay.
This state of artists. There are some conditions, and
there's only 1,000 of people who can get it, and it's
This-
about €1,000 per month, I think, support. But you cannot have more than half contract. Like not like if you have a full contract, you don't have rights to apply. But
Okay.
if you have half contract, if you work somewhere, you're still okay.
So it's a very new thing for us. So we don't really. We have to study it more.
Yeah, you have to
But
study.
it was a big discussion about it, and now I've already heard that not so many people are very happy that the conditions are horrible and blah blah blah. But I think important is that it appeared, and
Yes.
hopefully it will develop. So if we meet in the future, I will tell you
Yes.
how it develops.
And how do you see yourselves in the future? What do you plan to do in the
Like
future?
since last project finished in March, I studied software testing in IT because I just imagined that we're gonna have a new child and we are 4, and with this money we will just I don't know how to live, just impossible. I don't know. Even if you work hard in art, like I don't know, like I just don't know. That's why I studied it and I tried to find a job. Like I did this course, and maybe at least partially I can do it. But I'm also not successful yet. Like nobody has invited me to an audition or to how you say interview.
Yes.
So I'm a bit confused now. So I'm in this state, like how to proceed. Maybe this status of artist will solve it if I will be lucky to get it. And
Maybe with Avignon you will have a lot of shows all over Europe. No, you're not very.
hopefully, like we've heard that there is an interest in inviting, but there is so far only one
Confirmed.
one confirmed invitation to middle of France, to Bourges.
Oh, Bourges. Yes, because there is a European in Bourges will be a European city of culture. So maybe it's for.
Yes, it's something between 2026, 27.
Yeah, I think it's this year.
Yes, so we
European City of
hope we
Culture.
hope to travel to because it's really what what we know how to do. But apart from that, I don't know. I'm not looking forward. Like tomorrow we land in Prague, and I don't know. Like here, 3 weeks of success, full houses, talking to people, and they say yes, it makes sense. Like go support. It really may just continue. And now it will be really like a harsh landing back to reality of like what's going on. I don't know. Yeah.
There is a big festival in Charleville, maybe.
Puppet theater.
Yeah,
Yes.
a big year. Maybe it will be good in 2 years. This show is very. It will be good, I think, to this festival in 2
2 days
years.
ago, I think there were people coming from this festival,
Okay.
and we don't know.
You don't know yet.
I don't know nothing. Yeah,
I
just know
we
they
will send the
called.
video. You have to take them. Okay. And what about family? Is it easy to bring family with you when you travel, or
I mean, this is
your daughter? Your son. Sorry.
Yeah, this is. I think it's like just amazing condition that Spitfire take care of. That
Spitfire is very
into
Supportive.
supportive.
Yes,
Okay.
so we can take our son and also the person who is taking care of our son, which is amazing.
Yes, they negotiated in the contract.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So this is great because Otherwise, we don't know how to do it.
Yes, because you two play in the show. So
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
this is
exactly.
like we quite often we play together, and this is a tricky part how to deal with this.
Yes.
Like we like it that it's great that we play together and we spend more time together.
Mhm.
But with the family, with the kids, it's different.
But luckily, we played only 8 times comparing to 19
Yeah.
times in French. So it was there really needed. Here, I could imagine, like, if our grandmothers could not come because of work or something, that potentially they could stay this 1 hour in the theater with
Yes.
someone. But yeah, Spitfire makes it much easier, much more pleasant, and also it's like. For example, with Inga's mom, she came from Moscow, so it's also a chance to meet because we
Yeah.
don't see each other often. Yeah, so
And it's a Czech thing to take care of family or only Spitfire.
I don't know. I think we cannot say because we don't have experience.
We didn't work with more companies. I think yeah, most of the projects we do, it's our own company
Or
or Spitfire Company.
What is the name of your company?
It's a First Dadler. First Dadler.
First Dadler. Okay. We will write it down after
Thank you.
in the.
But
And
this
what do you do with your company? Dance mostly
No.
or no?
We started as participative performances, so it was like a 6 hours long duration piece with the objects, with a movement involved, and very open format in terms of that everybody creates this performance. So whatever you do, you affect the performance, the body of the performance. So it was very open format in a gallery space, walk-through space. So no, you're not obliged to stay. You're not obliged to come, but you can stay and watch from distance. So very in like I think for Czech environment is very provocative. Is like because we never had many audiences. Like it's just not attractive what we do. We think if we played it in Belgium or Berlin in Germany, it would be more interesting because people are just more in this format. They're more curious. Like, how can I affect? Like, oh, maybe I do this, that. Yeah, maybe they don't take it just so seriously. I don't know. We don't have it proved, but it's my guess.
Yeah, Ferris Dadler, it's both of us, and also Elia Moretti, it's our friend, musician from Italy. And I would say that what we do, it's not representative. We do not represent anything. You know, usually in theater you represent something. And here we are trying to find another format, and I feel that this is for us at least it's experimental, that we are really trying to do something that it's not easy for us to do. But then also we collaborate with Laura Lichtenberg. It's an experimental opera creator and singer, and she has very strong, I don't know how to say, social or political feeling, and this also gives us inspiration. And for example, this year we are preparing the demonstration in Prague, the performative demonstration about the crisis of living, because this is really what is happening in Prague. It's extraordinary. The prices are going so high.
Comparing to the income, like if you count, it's one of the most expensive cities in Europe. If you count income and the price of living, it's just not affordable to get any. Like you don't think about buying anymore.
Yes, and so for example, this kind of like that it is a performance, but how to make the demonstration performative, so people can participate. So the audience is actually also demonstrators, or could be the demonstrators, and then we combine it with a discussion also. Yeah, or we did the performance Republika Zahradní. We created in the garden, which is in Czech Republic. In Czech language, it's Zahrada. In a garden in the city, we created a republic where you can have, or anyone can become a citizen by the existence, which is also the topic of all these borders
Passports,
and passports and visa. And
where is it my land or is it your land? Whom does it belong?
So this is a very interesting, like that. For me, this first Dadler is a very interesting, not how to say hard base. Like for example, in the last of the Soviets, it's very that we have this text. You know, it's a very strong base. We have this story, this concept, and it is political. In what the first Dadler is doing, this Republika Zahradní, you have a political, you have a social, but it's not this hard base, because it's also very participatory, which makes it fragile and very open and very gentle, and even we like also something that they are happening, for example, in a garden, and you can, as a passing buyer, you cannot even notice that it is happening. But if you are aware enough, or if you are sitting here for some time, you can notice that, oh, what's going on? What's going on? That you see that something is happening. And so this gentle performative language we are trying to develop in First Adler.
Do you want to add something, to say something? You a subject we don't spoke about?
All the time I have in my mind that because we speak about the situation in Russia and Czech Republic, I want to say that this is only our perspective. Because I'm very afraid of generalize thing that it could be also different opinions on each of these things we were speaking about. So this is just to notice. I think it's important for me that it's only our perspective. And what to say? Yeah, this is every time when I feel that this performance is successful, and that I'm really enjoying this time in this festival with my family and playing, and I'm enjoying this performative growth, that each performance we really are developing, or we are growing as a performers also. But all the time when I bow, people clap, I think actually I wish that it's not happening, because if Russia is different, this performance will not be so successful. Or also I feel that after the 2022, this escalation of the war in Ukraine, the performance also got more attention. And this is also something I'm always thinking about, that if to choose, I choose not to play this. And the war is not like happening.
I think, what can I say? What can I add to this?
Yeah, the show speak about the past, not the situation now. But you think it
speaks. It's totally every text. At least from my own perspective, I can write we just can rewrite some names and just dates, and that's it. because we were shocked when the war started, and we played, I think 1 month or 2 months later it started, and we started to rehearse. So we started to read again, and we were kind of like shocked. Aha, this is what we are playing about. Aha.
Especially
So
Afghan,
before it was
more
not-
about past.
yeah, more about past, and more about reflecting the past, and giving space to the voices which were never heard, or like which were heard only through the books, or through but not so many people heard. So we tried to also emphasize, like, to magnify the voices. But now when we read it, we were shocked, and we were a bit paralyzed, like how to play it now, because it's happening. It's really, really like, and I think it's happening all the time. And we got into this like, we are again one of these people who live again the same situation, and it was so many times in life, and it's coming back again. So we were just like in a strange position of, it's unique, but it's also not unique. It's just it's again
yes.
again same thing. So it became more about political statement, like how, like what to do to how to avoid it, like what each individual can do in order to limit it, in order to just narrow it down to a minimum of what is possible. Because you cannot stop the war. Even Trump promising one day
Yes.
cannot. So you cannot do it, but each of us can do something, like little thing, maybe towards your children, or towards some situation you see outside, but your relation to it can change something. And we started to be very picky about, or very strict about this like position of like lax, like I cannot do nothing, or I don't, it's not for me, it's it's just it's for them. So we started to be like, no, like, no, you can do, like please don't say no, like you can, like, even though you think you cannot, you can. So it's just only your idea, or the fear is there, or like I'm just distance because I fear of suffering, that I will suffer this situation, that I will rather not. But there's always space to work a little bit. So and I think that's why it's people are coming, because they read the news, and this is what reflected in all the critiques we got here, like positive critiques we received from the newspapers and journalists, that that speaking about the past, but relating to today's behavior of Russian regime.
And you think in Europe we are better? No.
Better because it's much less, but there are also
Some signs.
There are, yes, and people were stopping by and saying like, good luck to you, and then she came back say, actually, good luck to everyone,
To
like,
all of
to
us.
all of
Yes.
us, because you see there are epicenters in all Europe, like for example Slovakia and
Yes.
Hungary. They just gave up to support Ukraine, and or they became, it seems like, pro Russian. And also in Czech Republic there are coming soon elections, parliament elections, and it doesn't look promising. It doesn't look great.
And what do you think we artists can do?
I think.
Do you think we can have a role in this?
Yes, I'm sure that by raising up this topic about that even if we just start to relate, if we start to be aware, if we start to be like I'm losing. I'm trying to remember a third word which will cover all this. But like by relation to it, something is already changing. That you already included in your being. Like, and certainly you can change. That's for sure. Like it sounds like abstract, but it's about really knowing about it. Like once you're aware about it, your position changes. Like once you're aware, like all the processes, they start working. They start develop in you and in the people around you. So. And I'm not saying about that everybody should go manifest and should protest. And not, I'm not. I'm not doing it personally. Yeah. So I don't call for the protests now. But what you can do, you must do. Like otherwise, it will be just energy spoiled just for nothing. If there is some interest, but just fear, but rather do it because you will just spoil it and it will go to nothing and it will be even worse for each of you or each of us. So
Yes, I think artists should do their work. I mean, not like not only change and doing the demonstrations or doing only political theater. I think who is doing political theater, who is strong in it, is doing this. Who is doing something else like contact improvisation, amazing. Because I think all of what we are doing, the artists, it's that we are working with the sensitivity, with the empathy, with the listening, and all of this is needed for developing the society as such, I think. So I think that it's important that that it's not that everyone is doing the political, that we are doing also different things, and not only artists. I think also, other people.
yeah, I just wanted to thank you for this because what we saw one performance here, it was A Fleur des Mots by Julien Quattro. I think he's like a clown, a mime, with a funny his wife, singer and composer, and they do like a beautiful singing and beautiful mime like clown show, and but it's so fragile, so tender that immediately you recognize, it's so different from the world you live in. So they don't speak a word about wars and but it's such a huge portion of tenderness that you are immediately confronted with a reality and you think, I like this world, but what's wrong with this world? Why is it not working the same way in the world I live in? So and they don't protest and they don't but they do. They promote these values, what you spoke about, and
Okay, can you each of you, could you give an advice to young or not young people who wanted to be an artist? And can you have an advice for him or her?
I'm generally not a fan of advices, but I just can
maybe for you,
yes,
20 years ago. Can you give an advice to you 20 years ago?
Yes, and I would give advice now myself,
okay.
like, because I'm very often flirting with art. Like I'm doing one step and two steps back, one step and it's very hurting for me. So I think if you do it fully. Like you just need to fall completely into it, and then magical or like unexpected things will start happening. But if you only a bit careful and you do it a bit more rational way, it's a very painful way. I would not choose it. It's halfway, and I think this full involvement, whatever you do, even if it's art, you, you should do full on. Then it will be unexpected, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I can imagine that some experienced artists like Olivier de Sagazan is giving the advices. I don't know.
No, everybody's
But,
everybody who's coming here is giving an advice. So
okay.
there is not only
I'll try.
yours.
Sure,
Every
thank you.
one can choose which advice is good for him or her. You can.
I mean, yes, I think, yeah, I don't know. This,
She's raising the tension.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
No, no, good.
Because I'm thinking about many things that I think what is the important, what is important is to this trust yourself, what you are talking about, and also, but also don't forget to enjoy what you do, because this is very often is happening that we forget, especially in dance. I think feel that we work so hard, then we forget that it's enjoyable actually to move. But this work hard is something important. Also, I think, for, like we all know that artistic work, it's not so funny. It's really hard work. And at the same time, I think for artists, it's important to all the time coming back to the truth, not to, because very often I think we can go to the what is fancy in the art also. I think it's important to come back to yourself, to the truth. That's it.
Okay, Inga Zotova-Mikshina and Roman Zotov-Mikshin. Thank you very much for this time we spent together, and good luck to your life and your baby. So.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you very much for inviting us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Les marionnettistes font comme ça, les programmatrices font comme ça, les chargés de diff font comme ça, les régisseuses font comme ça, les publics font comme ça, et puis encore comme ça. Sur le pont d'Avignon, on y danse, sur le pont d'Avignon. On y danse plus ou moins en rond. Les marionnettistes sont comme ça, les programmatrices font comme ça, les chargés de diff font comme ça, les régisseuses font comme ça, les publics font comme ça, et puis encore comme ça.